You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. The time now is 8 o'clock, time for another hour of the great music that came out in the 1960s with the 60s Nostalgia Show. The 60s Nostalgia Shows are kindly sponsored by Carter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. Carter and Stevens have been in the Wairarapa for 7 decades, providing quality workmanship and service in the electrical field, whether that be private or commercial, and they're also dab hands around the various electrical bits that go with farming. Nothing really planned for the show tonight. We will start off by marking 2 or 3 milestones, and then the rest of the program I'll have a look at what I brought down. But meanwhile, let's sit back and enjoy a Boots Randolph and Yakety Sax. On this day in 1945, Vince Martell, the guitarist of the group Vanilla Fudge, was born, and he is still active at the moment in the States, either by himself or with the remnants of Vanilla Fudge. They sort of made their name, I suppose, by doing lengthy cover versions of very popular songs, and this one is the first hit they had using this way of covering songs. It's their cover of a Supreme song.
I can do about it.
Vanilla Fudge there, and you keep me hanging on. On this day in 1946, Chris Dragar was born in Surrey in the UK, and he, of course, is probably best known as the rhythm guitarist and bassist for the Yardbirds, and he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1992, along with the rest of the Yardbirds. Shortly after they started recording, their bass player decided to leave, so Chris Dragar changed from rhythm guitar to bass, and he played with the Yardbirds until they split up in the late 1960s, and they also, part of them reformed in the 90s, and prior to that he was in a spin-off sort of band called Box of Frogs in the 80s, which contained several members of the original Yardbirds. He suffered a series of strokes in 2012 and 2013, and has not performed with the Yardbirds since 2012. And he retired from the band for medical reasons in 2013. One of the interesting things was that he was approached by Jimmy Page to get the position of a bassist in a new band that Page was forming, which of course later became Led Zeppelin. He declined in order to pursue his profession in photography, and he's been very successful with that ever since. Talking of other not-so-flash career choices, I suppose, when the Yardbirds formed in 1963, one of the founding members was the lead guitarist, a guy called Anthony Topham, better known as Topham, and he left in I think around about 1963 or 64 or something like that, and I got a quote from him, and he says it was only 16, 3 or 4 years younger than the rest of them, and there was no way my parents would let me go out 5 or 6 nights a week to play music, even though I was already bringing home double what my father was earning. He was going to Epsom Art School, where I think Eric Clapton went as well, and his parents wanted him to take it seriously. And he also said he didn't regret leaving, because later on they moved away from the blues music that he was interested in, and so according to him, even if he'd stayed with him to become professional, he would have left later for the same reasons that Eric Clapton had. But he's had a very successful career as a painter and interior designers, and also played with the reformed Yardbirds in the early 2000s. So let's go back to the 60s and the shapes of things.
Just teach me to despise. Will time make man more wise? Here, within my lonely frame, my eyes just hurt my brain, but will it seem the same? Come tomorrow, will I be older? Come tomorrow, maybe a soldier. Come tomorrow.
On this day in 1965, the final recording session for Rubber Soul was taking place in London. The Beatles needed 3 new songs to finish off the album, so they dragged one song called Wait off the shelf, and the group recorded 2 new songs, You Won't See Me and A Girl, and both those songs were completed in 2 takes. Been watching during the week the film Get Back, or the series of films Get Back, and it's incredible how the Beatles could create songs in the recording studio. So let's have another listen to one of the songs they did in 1965, much the same, the song called You Won't See Me.
When I call you up, your line's engaged. I have had enough, so act your age. We have lost the time that was so hard to find, and I will lose my mind if you won't see me. You won't see me. You won't see me. You won't see me. I don't know why you should want to hide, but I can't get through. My hands are tied. I won't want to stay. I don't have much to say, but I get turned away, and you won't see me. You won't see me. You won't see me. You won't see me. Time after time, you refuse to even listen. I wouldn't mind if I knew what I was missing, though the days of you were filled with tears. And since I lost you, it feels like years. Yes, it seems so long, girl, since you've been gone, and I just can't go on. If you won't see me, you won't see me. You won't see me. You won't see me. Time after time, you refuse to even listen. I wouldn't mind if I knew what I was missing, though the days of you, they're filled with tears. And since I lost you, it feels like years. Yes, it seems so long, girl, since you've been gone, and I just can't go on. If you won't see me, you won't see me. You won't see me. You won't see me.
The Beatles and You Won't See Me. On this day in 1969, the FBI in Phoenix, Arizona arrested singer Jim Morrison for drunk and disorderly conduct aboard a plane. The Doors singer, who was on his way to a Rolling Stones concert with actor Tom Baker, had been drinking and annoying the stewardesses. The pair spent the night in jail and were released on a $2,500 bond. So I suppose while they were in the slammer for the night. No one lit their fire.
You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. The time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire. Time to hesitate is through. No time to wallow in the mire. Try now, we can only lose, and our love become a funeral pyre. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my fire. Try to set the night on fire.
Twenty minutes after 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM, and you're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. I just thought, seeing I've got Rubber Soul out, we'll have another track, this time Norwegian Wood.
She once had me. She showed me her room. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. She asked me to stay and she told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on the rug
taxman's taken all my dough and left me in my stately home, blazing on a sunny afternoon. And I can't sail my yacht, he's taken everything I got. All I've got's this sunny afternoon. Save me, save me, save me from this squeeze. I got a big fat mama trying to break me, and I love to live so pleasantly, live this life of luxury, blazing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime. My girlfriend's run up with my car and gone back to her ma and pa, telling tales of drunkenness and cruelty. Now I'm sitting here, sipping at my ice cold beer, blazing on the sunny afternoon. Help me, help me, help me sail away. Well, give me 2 good reasons why I ought to stay. 'Cause I love to live so pleasantly, live this life of luxury, blazing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime. Ah, save me, save me, save me from this squeeze. I got a big fat mama trying to break me, and I love to live so pleasantly, live this life of luxury, blazing on a sunny afternoon. In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime.
Right, the Kinks there and a sunny afternoon. And next up, we'll have the complete opposite of that. It's the Cascades and Rhythm of the Rain.
Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. I wish that it would go and let me cry in vain, and let me be alone again. The only girl I care about has gone away, looking for a brand new start. But little does she know that when she left that day, along with her she took my heart. Rain, please tell me now, does that seem fair? For her to steal my heart away when she don't care. I can't love another when my heart's somewhere far away. The only girl I care about has gone away, looking for a brand new start. But little does she know that when she left that day, along with her she took my heart.
Cascades there, and Rhythm of the Rain, song that the Canadian group put out in 1961. In 1962, Tommy Rowe put out Sheila.
Sweet little Sheila, you'll know her if you see her. Blue eyes and a ponytail, her cheeks are rosy, she looks a little nosy. Man, this little girl is fine. Never knew a girl like a little Sheila. Her name drives me insane. Sweet little girl, that's my little Sheila. Man, this little girl is fine. Me and Sheila go for a ride. Oh, 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 I feel funny inside. Then little Sheila whispers in my ear. Oh, 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 I love you, Sheila dear. Sheila said she loved me. She said she'd never leave me. True love will never die. We're so doggone happy just being around together. Man, this little girl is fine. Never knew a girl like a little Sheila. Her name drives me insane. Sweet little girl, that's my little Sheila. Man, this little girl is fine. Me and Sheila go for a ride. Oh, 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 I feel funny inside. Then little Sheila whispers in my ear. Oh, 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 I love you, Sheila dear. Sheila said she loved me. She said she'd never leave me. True love will never die. We're so doggone happy just being around together. Man, this little girl is fine. Oh, this little girl is fine. Yeah, this little girl is fine.
Well, just because I'm in my teens and I still go to school, don't think that I dream childish dreams. I'm nobody's fool. Don't bother me. That makes me wild. And please don't treat me like a child. It's often said that youngsters should be seen and not be heard, but I want you to realize that is quite absurd. Don't wanna be so meek and mild, so please don't treat me like a child. Gonna be my own advisor, 'cause my mind's my own. Then I will be much the wiser. My own point of view has got to be known. The best years of my life I know are those when I'm young. And since I'm sure that this is so, gonna have my fun. And so if I feel like running wild, well, please don't treat me like a child. Gonna be my own advisor, 'cause my mind's my own. Then I will be much the wiser. My own point of view has got to be known. The best years of my life I know are those when I'm young. And since I'm sure that this is so, gonna have my fun. So if I feel like running wild, well, please don't treat me like a child. Don't ever treat me like a child.
Helen Shapiro there, and Don't Treat Me Like a Child, song that came out in 1961, and around about that time, maybe 1962, Del Shannon put out this banger.
things we've done together while our hearts were young. I'm a walking in the rain, tears are falling and I feel a pain, wishing you were here by me to end this misery. And I wonder, I wonder why she ran away, and I wonder where she will stay, my little runaway. Run, 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 run away. I'm a walking in the rain, tears are falling and I feel a pain, wishing you were here by me to end this misery. And I wonder, I wonder why she ran away, and I wonder where she will stay, my little runaway. Run, 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 run away. Run, 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 run away. Run, 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 run away.
Adele Shannon and Runaway. And next up we've got from 1966 the new Vaudeville Band and Winchester Cathedral.
Winchester Cathedral, you're bringing me down. You stood and you watched as my baby left town. You could have done something, but you didn't try. You didn't do nothing. You let her walk by. Now everyone knows just how much I needed that girl. She wouldn't have gone far away if only you'd started ringing your bell. Winchester Cathedral, you're bringing me down. You stood and you watched as my baby left town. Oh, for the autumn, oh, for the autumn, oh, for the autumn,
The new Vaudeville Band there and Winchester Cathedral, bringing the time to 21 and a half minutes to 9 o'clock here on Arrow FM. You're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical maestros down in Martinborough. Right, next up we've got Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels and Jenny Take a Ride.
baby, what you have done now. God, you made me love you. Now, 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 your man come. All right. Yeah. Jenna, 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 won't you come along with me? Jenna, 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 won't you come along with me? Jenna, 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 come along, baby. Better not a misery. Jenna, 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 spin, spin, spin a lot, spin a time. Jenna, 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 spin, spin, spin a lot, spin. There's a light, a certain kind of light that never shone on me. I want my life to be live with you, live with you. There's a way. Everybody said to do each and every little thing, but what does it bring if I ain't got you? Ain't got, baby, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. In my parade, I see your face again. I know my friend man, you ain't got to be so glad. And I'm glad, so, so, so glad I'm a man. Can't you see what I am? I live and I breathe for you. But what good does it do if I ain't got you? Ain't got you, baby. You don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. Oh, no, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. No, 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 no. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. You know what it's like to love somebody.
Bee Gees there, and to love somebody. And next up, we've got a song from a girl who is in love. It's Mary Wells and My Guy.
Nothing you can say can tear me away from my guy. Nothing you could do, 'cause I'm stuck like glue to my guy. I'm sticking to my guy like a snap to a letter, like birds of a feather. We stick together. I'm telling you from the start, I can't be torn apart from my guy. Nothing you could do could make me untrue to my guy. My guy. Nothing you could buy could make me tell a lie to my guy. I me away from my guy. Tell me more. There's not a man today who could take me away from my guy.
Mary Wells there, and my guy brought the time to 11 and a half minutes to 9 o'clock. And next up, we've got a song from 1967. The song was put out by Brenton Wood, the song called Give Me Some Sign.
If you do want me, give me little sugar. If you don't want me, don't leave me on, girl. But if you need me, show me that you love me. And when I'm feeling blue and I want you, there's just one thing that you should do. Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my baby, to show me that you're mine, girl. Oh, yeah. Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my darling, to show me that you're mine, girl. All right. If you do want me, give me little sweet talk. If you don't want me, don't leave me on, girl. But if you need me, show me that you love me. And when I'm feeling down, wearing a frown, you be there when I look around. And just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my baby, to show me that you're mine, girl. All right. Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my baby, to show me that you're mine, girl. All right. But just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my baby, to show me that you're mine, girl. Oh, yeah. Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my darling, to show me that you're mine, girl. All right. Just give me some kind of sign. Ooh, sign. Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my baby, to show me that you're mine, girl.
Brenton Wood there, give me a little sign, and that I think was a one-hit wonder for him. Next up, we've got a band who wasn't a one-hit wonder, had several big hits in the 60s, and this is the first of them, the Young Rascals and Good Lovin'.
1, 2, 3, good love. Good love. Good love. Good love. I was feeling so bad. I asked my family doctor just what I had. I said, doctor, doctor, Mr. MD, doctor, now can you tell me what's ailing me, doctor? He said, yeah, 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 yeah.
Time for one more, and we will go out with Joe South and the games people play.
Every night and every day now, never meaning what they say now, never saying what they mean. While they while away the hours in their ivory towers, till they're covered up with flowers in the back of a black limousine. Whoa, la da 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 da. Talking about you and me and the games people play now. Oh, we make one another cry, break a heart and we say goodbye, cross our hearts and we hope to die that the other was to blame. Oh, but neither one will ever give in. So we gaze underneath pretend, thinking about the things that might have been, and it's a dirty rotten shame. Oh, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Talking about you and me and the game people play now. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come on, now look here, people walking up to you, singing glory hallelujah, and they try to sock it to you in the name of the Lord. They're gonna teach you how to meditate, read your horoscope, cheat your fate, and furthermore to hell with hate. Come on, get on board. Oh, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Talking about you and me and the games we were playing. Now wait a minute. Look around, tell me what you see. What's happening to you and me? God grant me the serenity to just remember who I am. Oh, cause you're giving up your sanity for your pride and your vanity. Turn your back on humanity. Oh, and you don't give a I keep on talking about you and me, brother, and the game people play now, now. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. I'm talking about you and me, oh, and the game people play. I wonder, can you come out and play? Oh, in the morning.
Joe South there, games people play, bringing to a close another edition of the 60s Nostalgia Show, which was kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough, and the program was first broadcast all over the wonderful Wairarapa on Arrow FM 92.7. All right, that's my lot for tonight. I'll whiz home. I might actually have an early night. I've been burning a candle at both ends during the week as I kept watching the semi-finals of the T20 World Cup, and we got eliminated, and probably Pakistan deserved to go through to the final, so it's going to be an interesting match-up between them and England. All right, let's have a look at the weather forecast for the next few days here in the Wairarapa, and tomorrow is certainly going to be a little bit warmer. It's going to get to 26 degrees. Cloudy periods and a possible shower, fresh nor'easters turning nor'west. On Sunday, a minimum of 12, a top of 22, showers clearing later in the day to fine weather with nor'westers, and on Monday, a top of 20 degrees, a shower or two clearing to fine later with southeasterlies. Well, certainly the weather's going to be a little bit warmer than what it was today, which is good news, and maybe we might get the odd sprinkle from time to time, but it's going to be a up and down weekend, so you might be doing things outside, you might be doing things inside, or you might be inside doing absolutely nothing. Well, we got the cricket more or less out of the way as far as New Zealand involvement, but I think the final is on Sunday or Monday. I think it's Sunday, and should be a cracking game between probably the two best teams at the tournament, Pakistan and England. And speaking of England, of course, we've got that cracker to come tomorrow night as the Black Ferns take on England in the final of the Women's World Cup, and that's going to be an absolute cracker of a game. Two probably different styles, but it's going to be a great game in front of what will be a new record crowd at Eden Park. So fingers crossed on the Black Ferns winning and retaining the World Cup, and also bringing England's unbeaten run to an end. As I said, two different styles of rugby, and I must say I prefer the Black Ferns style to England, but it is a final, so you do everything you can to win, but fingers crossed that we take it out. Fingers crossed that we speed up the game to the extent that we start to run England off the field. And let's not forget, over the other side of the world, in Scotland, the All Blacks are playing Scotland in at Murrayfield, and that should be, all things being equal, should be another win to the All Blacks. But you never know about the Scots, but they the only British team left that haven't beaten us, and I'm sure, given a sniff, they will try desperately to do that. Whatever you're doing over the weekend, take care, and we'll catch you next Friday night at 7 o'clock with the Blues Show, 8 o'clock with the 60s Nostalgia Show. You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station that broadcasts all over the wonderful Wairarapa on Arrow FM 92.7 and elsewhere via our website arrowfm.co.nz, and you can also catch programs on Wairarapa TV, which is a Freeview channel number 41. The time now is 3.5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Time for some commercial-free Kiwi music.